Okay, so we're live in YouTube.
We are? Okay, cool.
Supposedly. Live tab. Oh, I don't know what that is. Viewer.
According to the internet, we are live.
Stop screen sharing now. No.
Yeah, we're live.
Oh,
You can
in
see
the
us.
Facebook group?
No, on YouTube, I can
Oh,
see
on
us.
YouTube. Yeah. I'm trying to do the Facebook group.
I think you have to share it in. Like you have to be live
Yeah.
on our page and then share it into the.
It's, no, I'm trying to do it straight through to the group. And this start screen share. Okay. Oh. Go live. Okay, connect video source. Start screen share. Window. Yeah. Share. Then it says try sharing a. Okay, I see. It says we're live in Facebook. Can you go check?
Yes.
Because it's not giving me the go live button.
Interesting.
Post in a group. Let's see if I can find our group.
Yeah, I'm trying to see on my end.
Okay. Yeah, it's weird. It won't let us go live. Live tab. Show live tab on page. Okay. That's weird.
Yeah, I don't see us being live.
I'll try something. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, so stupid. Well, at least we're live on YouTube.
Yes.
Okay. Weird. See what it does. I'm posting it on our Facebook group, but it's not letting me hit the go live, which is strange.
I thought it was the API had changed.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like you can't actually directly do it.
No, I've done it, but maybe we just do it in Seymour and then share it over.
Yeah, that was exactly what I just said like a couple minutes ago.
Create test podcast before going live. Set up live video. We're waiting. Okay, connecting your camera. Post. Now, dashboard settings. No, it's still not giving me the go live button. Fuck off. So I got a stream key. Does that matter?
No.
Share screen share. Oh, hold on. There we go. I see us. Learn more. Pin comment. Enable persistent pin. Sure. Stop screen sharing webcam. Okay, so, but it won't let me go live.
Yeah, I thought it wouldn't enable that anymore.
On the
That's what I've
Facebook
been
group.
saying. Yeah.
No, but I'm in the page now.
Well, yeah, because we're already live. You have to.
In YouTube.
Yeah, in YouTube. So you gotta be live with You have to go live in multiple places at once. That was my understanding.
Yeah, okay. Maybe I'll stop it and start again. Stop sharing. Stream setup dashboard settings. Where's the go live? Stream. Hmm. Weird. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why it's not letting me go live. So connect video sources. To post on profile now, public interactivity. The live button is not working. And it says,
Oh yeah.
please add live title. Oh, where do I add the title? Oh, title. Okay. Oh, there we go. We might want to edit out what's on YouTube. We're live now.
Okay.
Woohoo! Hello. Do you want to share to the Facebook group, or do you want me to?
I'll try to while you do the intro.
Okay. Hello, everyone. We are here today. It is the last Thursday of the month. So, on the last Thursday of the month, we get on here to talk about marketing and all the updates going on. We have a blog post at Seymour Digital Media that will talk about everything from like the first of the month to the 24th. I am Pip, Seymour Digital Media, and this is Phelan, who's also from
Yeah,
Seymour Digital Media.
I am. And
Uh,
sorry, I'm just distracted with doing the sharing, and then other things happened.
I have unmuted myself as I coughed,
Yeah.
but let me go, and I'm going to go get. So we know we've been inundated with AI, and now agents are coming out. So there is a, it's first to market kind of thing. I think ChatGPT just came out with their own agents. I actually was able to download all my data from ChatGPT. We moved over to Claude, mainly because I had a payment due. I was like, oh no. So we moved over from ChatGPT to Claude. And if you're wondering, how do I get my information? If you email them or if you ask like ChatGPT or Perplexity or Gemini, you can actually, it's their legal obligation to get you your full download. So if you stopped paying and then you had your own little chats and your own little GPTs created for your clients, it's required that they send you the download, which then you can give to like Manus or ChatGPT or wherever and upload it so you don't lose all your data when they close down your account. So I thought that was something very, very interesting. And Phelan, do you have any news before I get the blog post up?
Yeah, I mean, there's so AI mode is coming to shopping as well as hotel campaign ads for PPC. So Google Ads has a mode that was called AI Max. It's had mixed results. I think you have to narrow it down much tighter than general PPC campaigns if you use
Mm-hmm.
that, because it'll go even crazier than a broad campaign, in my experience. So you have
Mm.
to, you can use it. You could find more interesting stuff in your search term report, but you're going to have to make sure that you strongly curtail it, because it'll go and try a lot of different stuff. And so just bear that in mind.
I saw someone I follow that does Google Ad stuff, and they've made a plugin for Claude, and their plugin is related to updating all the titles for Merchant Center. I thought that was very interesting. So it looks like
Yeah.
people are making plugins and things. I don't know if you have to pay for those or what
Yeah,
that looks like.
you shouldn't need to pay for them. In my experience, the biggest part is I've tried to set it up myself where it connects to our MCC account. and you could do it. It's just it's still very technical to actually get it done, and I had a lot of trouble with it. You have to update like the preset file in Claude desktop,
Oh,
and it
interesting.
yeah, you have to edit it so that it accepts the API key so it can reach out to your MCC. So it's basically you got to like give it like a little special password to then go talk to your ads account. But it's a real pain to go and set up.
Oh, okay. I see Liz here. Hi, Liz. And she's saying she can't hear Phelan. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Phelan, talk up.
What do you mean? You're the one in control of my audio. I can see my audio going up and down. You need to see if the guest is active in the.
Oh. Okay, can you still not hear Phelan? That would be really good to know. Because I think we shared it in the business group, which means I'll
We
have to
did.
stop it if we can't hear you. Um, let me know, Liz, if you still can't hear him. And we will get this sorted. Hopefully.
Uh,
You changed from ChatGPT to Claude too. Yeah, I've been using Manus as well. So I use Claude and Manus. And the most interesting thing about it is I attended a 3-day webinar, the Tony Robbins one. And anyway, I took that information and I decided, we let go of our team recently. And because, we have about 10 clients, but I thought we could manage it on our own. 10 clients is a lot. And so what I've done is I've created an agent network. And that agent network does all the work for the agency with fail safes that I check everything. So it's pretty interesting. We've made like 40 agents. They all do different things. Some can only read information. Others can get information approved. It's pretty exciting. And so every morning I get up, I got a ton of draft emails I have to go through. It helps me respond to all my clients. It helps me get client work done. I am not sold on who I should use, if it's ChatGPT. If it's Claude or Manus. I know Manus is getting given the gears because they sold to Facebook, and then China wants it back. So I don't know, but I got to go back and check if Liz has made a comment, and if
uh,
it's
I I checked the audio. I was on YouTube and it was coming through fine.
was it maybe just not on Facebook. Interesting. Um, so yeah, well, we will do our very best. I got so many note takers now. Zoom is jumping in there being like, ah. Let me see. Did Liz tell me anything?
Where did
This
Liz leave a message? I couldn't
on
find
our
that either.
Facebook business page. So, but
Really, I'm on it.
I see you as a guest, and I see it coming up. So, um, hold on, let me ask her.
Oh,
It hasn't
I see.
changed. Um, oh, wait. Broadcast is waiting for signal. It should resume shortly.
What?
Yeah. Oh, broadcast has ended. Why? Oh, we're
What?
still on
No, it's
YouTube. Oh, it's saying it will. Oh, that's so strange. Ah. Yeah. Okay. So I don't know what's going on. We're live on YouTube. Maybe we'll stick to YouTube and share it in the group after. What do you think, Phelan?
sure.
Okay. Okay. So if you can't hear us, go check out YouTube. I know it is working there. I can see Phelan's interview guest working. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
So return to home. I don't know. Video has ended. So strange. Okay. Yeah, and it's saying we'll resume shortly. That's so weird. Anyway, let's get back to it.
Yeah.
We have a blog post. That's right. So, just a couple things I wanted to make sure to bring up, besides all the AI stuff that's happening that takes up most of our mind now. We've got agents. I think people have less work in marketing than they used to, or that's what we're seeing. And we've seen some other agencies struggling. We've also seen some agencies doing really, really well. So it depends where you are and what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
So, Google Business Profile review policy update. So, um, Google has deployed Gemini enforcement tools to help with rating manipulation policy, which is really interesting. So, staff can't give reviews or ask customers to mention specific employees' names in reviews. Actually, if you mention a name in a review besides the reviewer's name, you like if the reviewer leaves a name, that's personal information and the review will get taken down unless it's, yeah, I don't know, because we get our names mentioned all the time, and they don't
Yeah.
get taken down. So that's very interesting. And it's um, basically what Google Business Profile is doing is they're automating things. And as we know, it is so hard to get your Google Business Profile verified now if there's any extenuating circumstance, like say your property is really far from the road. That's one we've had. And
Yeah.
Yellow Pages actually owned the Google Business Profile. And when the people came to work with us, the Yellow Pages Google Business Profile got unverified. And so it's been over 6 months. Not surprised our clients wanted to leave in the end, but we have done a lot for them in the interim, trying to get them showing up on Google. But without the
Yeah.
Google Business Profile, it's hard.
Yeah, it was definitely difficult with that. It's one of those things that you definitely want to get verified, and it's annoying that Google has made it more difficult. When I think that their old like you get a postcard in the mail. I thought was a
Yeah.
really good method because it was pretty intuitive. Like you wouldn't receive the thing unless you were at the location, and it's like it makes
Yeah.
sense. Like that, like someone's delivering mail to that location and then you get it. Like that's about as straightforward an operation as you can get. And I
And
didn't get why they had to muck.
yeah, they stopped doing that completely, didn't they?
Yeah, it's not even an option that you can get anymore.
Mm, right. And so the biggest who this affects most is probably multi-location brands, franchises, and services that previously relied on employee mentions, which is very interesting. Um, so basically, stop all internal programs that tie employee bonuses to Google reviews or mentions, review signage or email templates that instruct customers to mention the person in the review, and train all staff about the new compliance rules. It is not good to get a review on location. You know how you can get those little QR codes or whatever? It is not good because Google thinks that you're giving bonuses or deals to people. So if you have an
Yeah,
on location scanner, maybe you have it outside the restaurant or coffee shop, or like maybe send it in an email after, and that's according to the Google official policy and verified by third parties. We also have consent mode in Google Ads. And starting June 15, Google Ads data collection will solely rely on ad storage consent signal. So that's a big deal. So, why it matters is a consent banner misconfiguration will get your ads and attribution and audience targeting, it'll all break. So there's no manual override, and technical accuracy to your consent setup is now a bigger factor in your ads accounts for data integrity. That's pretty interesting because you can set up your consent mode through Tag Manager, if I'm not correct, right?
there's it generally has to use a plugin to then relay that consent that's been done. So like it can I think there's a WordPress plugin that we use called Concentrix, and
Okay.
it just has little
Hey
like
Google, stop. I,
and it has like little like do you accept, do you not, and then as soon as they do that, it sends a signal to Tag Manager to then go and deploy. So you do need
mm,
a second tool to go with it, and that's got to be really big for people that are in California or Quebec. Those are the two of the strictest places, so you definitely want to look at it if you're doing that. uh, it's a bit of a hassle to set up, but once it's done, you don't really have to think about it.
mm-hmm. And we know Google, you know, dynamic search ads are being upgraded to AI Max. Um, they're called so dynamic search ad DSA. are
Yeah.
automatically created assets at the campaign level. Broad match settings will automatically upgrade to AI Max for search starting September 2026. So its voluntary upgrade tools are available now to look at that. So we'll be paying more and more attention to that. So basically, their dynamic search ads are now going into AI Max, which is a toggle you can turn on inside Google Ads. I haven't loved it. I think you have to utilize, like, I don't want to show up for all these brands um, and things like that to make it work, right? So if
Yeah.
you're doing dynamic search ads, which dynamic search ads are, you put in a URL and Google will pull all the stuff. They have been good. We don't really use dynamic search ads, do we?
No, it's just in my experience, it's just not enough control for what I like for my Google ads. I'm not really just turn it on and let it automate everything. I've had too many negative experiences with that that I'm just not wanting to. I don't like it.
Mm-hmm. Right. And we know, okay, now we move into the ChatGPT news, which we know that ChatGPT launched 5.5 this month. It's the most capable model yet. It's designed for agentic tasks, which means it can plan, use tools, navigate ambiguity, and complete complex multi-step workflows autonomously. That's pretty interesting. I mean, maybe we did leave too early. It matches the speed of ChatGPT 5.4. If you're still using ChatGPT, I'd like to know. Um, it uses fewer tokens than the 5.4. And then why it matters. This is good for marketing teams, right? I think that at some point, a lot of agencies are going to have lots of autonomous agents working with them to manage workflows, to get things out on time, to be more client centered versus task centered. So you'll be able to do both now, which I think is really interesting. The multi step workflows and deep competitor analysis and comprehensive SEO audits is kind of a big deal. And this is why probably some of us have lost some work, right? Because people
Yeah.
are, yeah. I mean, who isn't hearing things like, well, Chat GBT did this for me. Like, I think we have a client and they had somebody say, they were writing something for them and they were said that they wanted, to use the clone of themselves copy, but because it was being published in a magazine, um, you can't have AI content for some things, right? It goes against what you should
Uh,
be doing.
well, editorial guidelines. Usually,
Yeah.
magazines are very specific about stuff that they want original content for, especially any sort of publication. And that kind of goes back to like the internet's whole creation was based around a thing called uh, Article 230, which is
Mm.
basically it distinguishes who's a publisher and who's a platform. So if I'm the forum where everyone comes and talks, I'm not responsible for it. Whereas a magazine is responsible because they publish things, and so they have it
Mm.
under their own guidelines, and so that's the distinction. And it's at the point that it's getting challenged a lot more, and Facebook's trying to remove Section 230 for the, and it's mostly because they just don't want competition. They think they can take the hit for legally, like they have enough money that they can fight off any competitors in court, and so they don't want anyone else to come behind them and challenge them.
Interesting. Right.
Yeah.
So, and then we have Claude Opus updated to 4.7, which is for advanced software engineering, long context reasoning, and complex task execution. Alongside it, they launched Claude Design. It's funny because I think ChatGPT also launched a really great uh, image maker. And I think that was, they're like, no, stay. We have this, right? So, um,
Yeah.
uh, for marketers building custom internal tools, analyzing massive databases, or generating technical content, Opus 4.7 is the most reliable model. And in addition to Claude Design, it gives teams the fastest way to prototype landing pages, visuals without leaving chat. That's so exciting. One of the things I learned this week was, I think a lot of us have felt like, oh my God, I'm behind. Oh my God, I need to know, and you can't keep up. So if the way AI is moving, it's kind of exponential. And like as a human, you're not going to be able to keep up. So just keep that in mind and don't take on these whole, like, if you're not doing this now, you're missing out. Like, learn the way you can learn and try to integrate, learning AI stuff into what you're doing. There's an important update with Meta and Manus. Now, Manus, as you know, is my favorite. And officially, Meta acquired AI, the autonomous agent. It's the one I've been using since the beginning. And I just kept pushing and pushing and pushing to see what it could do. It could do a lot. And Meta has already started to integrate Manus into its capabilities and its ecosystem and its ads manager, Instagram, WhatsApp business, and creator tools. The only problem is the people that sold the company were Chinese. They're from
National.
China. They lived in China. They were living in Singapore, and the Chinese government has said no to the deal, even though it's gone through. And so we will see what's going on, what's going to happen. Now, I love Manus; it can do so much, but we'll see. With I mean, either Mark Zuckerberg's going to be paying out a lot more money or figuring it out. Um, but we'll see because it might go away. I mean, who knows, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's really tough to say this exact. And just to be clear, the it was a Chinese company, and so technically, like China has the ability to go
So
back
no
and
sale,
review any deal, because that's just part of their rights. It's like if you were based here, then that's part of it. Um,
which is funny that it wasn't like it got sold. Like, nobody made any comments, right?
well, it might also have been done without the consent of the Chinese government, right? So
That's
there's one
true.
of those type situations where they were basically asking for forgiveness rather than permission, and their government doesn't
They didn't
really
get
care.
forgiven.
Yeah, you don't get forgiveness. It's not like, oop, like, oh well, you're
Oops.
already here. We'll just let it keep happening. They're like much more explicit about that part.
Right, right. If we're moving on to like some social stuff, I have some news about Facebook. Facebook has rolled out new strict rules for organic search. Funny enough, that sounds like SEO stuff, but it's SEO. It's organics reach on Facebook. So the platform is explicitly prioritizing
Okay.
content filmed or produced directly by creators. So something like this. They are also using a true interest survey. What will pop up screen after Reels play? Interesting. To gather explicit feedback from users. This matters because your page relies. Does your page rely on posting videos? So it sounds like videos are getting more traction. So reaction videos with minimal editing, low contrast, your reach is going to go and tank. But Facebook's algorithm can now footprint video structure to find original source. So that's interesting. They're trying to avoid clickbait, it seems. I don't know. I've seen a lot of clickbait on Reels, that's for sure.
Yeah, there's definitely been a lot of slop, like AI slop, that's been on there, and I think they're trying to cut down on that, and save themselves on the tokens, and try to get people to. I think they're trying to go down the avenue of like using the AI stuff, and then people just didn't like it, so I think they're reversing course on that.
Interesting. Yes. AI slop is one of the newest terms. You know when something's AI, I mean, for the most part, unless it's super good. And I mean, I think we all scroll on by, right? I think if
Yeah,
a creator is going to use AI to tell people that, hey, this is AI, is probably going to be better because then you're not surprising the user. And I think that's more reasonable, right?
yeah. I think that people are kind of fed up in a lot of ways. I think that people are just like not enjoying it as well, and I think it's been turning away a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. And now, I mean, this is the only news I have about websites, which is WordPress, which is the main website we use. 7.0 was officially released April 9th. Um, it's got peer to peer real time collaboration. and multi-users can now edit the same post simultaneously. Remember when you used to log in and then somebody was writing and then you had to like kick them out?
Yeah.
So that's all changing, right?
Yeah.
So it changes with changes syncing live or similar to Google Docs, right? Complete colored cursor, inline notes. That's pretty cool. So this is going to make it better because there's no content lock when different people are working on something together, right? And it streamlines the review approval process. So that's really smart of WordPress. A lot of people were saying WordPress isn't keeping up. What is WordPress even doing? Because now you can build websites in so many different places. The one of the major problems is updating the website and how you use
Yeah.
that, because you have to use something like Vercel, is that right? And GitHub.
Well, yeah, you basically, well, the problem is that like with a lot of the new websites this year, you're going to have to reverse engineer a lot of issues from first principles, meaning like, oh, I need somewhere where I can edit the files, that or I need somewhere that I can do redirects, like, because these are all plugins that were just built in, or like functionality that was already in WordPress. It's
Mm-hmm.
just that the actual development on WordPress is stagnant because it's like a 25-year-old system that like it's just, I guess, 20-year-old system, but it's yeah, like it's in terms of internet usage, like 20 years ago is a long time we're doing anything with code. And the problem is that they're stuck in a pattern where they can't change it too much, otherwise it'll break the internet. Because if
Mm.
they push a big huge change, that might break a third of the internet. And so that's just a thing that they understandably don't want to be responsible for, but they also need to adapt and change. And the problem is, like, if you create a new system, well, you're having to create a whole community of tool sets and ways of doing things that you just hadn't thought about really how to do it, because there was always a plugin that could do it. And there was
Yes.
always some other way to like connect something that was existing to it.
Well, and so if you make a new website using, say, Manus, or I don't know if I don't know if Claude can do it, but or like Lovable or Bolt, if you use any of those tools, you need a place, like saying you're going to sell a website, you need a place where the owner of the website, the business owner, can go in, change things they need. And, business owners often get really frustrated if they have to go through an agency or a person to get updates. It can take longer than they want. There might be some misinformation on there. And so that is something I know people are grappling with. Um,
Yeah.
the only thing we talked about that oh no, we didn't talk about ChatGPT ads to logged out users. So advertising to people that are actually logged out. I don't know if you've ever used ChatGPT when you're logged out, but you can use it a little bit. But that's early, not, it's not fully confirmed. There's no formal announcement. And then Google Audio overviews in search. Oh my goodness. So Google was doing this. It's not rolled out everywhere. They're just testing it. But if you see it, check it out, take a screenshot. Love to see that, right? Uh,
Yeah.
so there's a lot going on in marketing, and it is hard to stay up to date, but we do get on here every month to talk about all the things that we found really interesting that stood out. You could do something like this every day.
Probably.
but,
Yeah.
but with all the changes, it is a fast growing market, and we're still waiting. We've heard from like Facebook that all ads will be automated. I can tell you with like Manus, I've gone into Google Ads, I've done some things, I've made a retargeting campaign. I've been able to do a lot, but I'm also checking all the work and getting a client to check the work. But it's interesting to have an agent help me, right? Because I need the help. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, our frequently asked questions, what is the Google Ads consent mode deadline? June 15th. Is asking
Mm.
customers to mention staff members' name in Google reviews really banned? Yes, it is. So don't mention names, um, especially if it's like a big company with lots of staff. And what is the difference between DSA and AI Max? Um, DSA was it's old, it's very old, and AI Max is new, and it incorporates features like automatically created assets at the campaign level and broad match into single unified systems. It's interesting. What
Yeah.
is GPT 5.5 via API? Not as of yet. That's April 24th. GPT 5.5 is currently available to GPT Plus, Pro, Business, and Enterprise subscribers, right? And then the
Yeah.
last one, which is a really good question. What does agentic AI mean for marketers? Agentic AI means it's an AI model that can plan and execute multi step tasks autonomously. So you can say, hey, go into Google Ads and do this thing. Hey, do SEO things. Hey, create me an image for this social post and then post it. If you have it set up correctly, it can probably do all of those things. And you can probably do it in a single prompt. If you have questions or want more answers, we do have this blog post. I will share it underneath the video. And that's it for us today.
Yep.
Yeah. I think Phelan's already in the throes of maybe trying to do more work. So we're gonna get out of here.
Yeah.
We're going to make sure this is shared on Facebook in our Facebook group, the Business Marketing Mixer. And we will see you the last Thursday of the month to go over our monthly marketing update. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, we're still live, so I got to end it finish.